This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9. Welcome to Tiger Baseball Field here on this Thursday evening, and a doubleheader we're getting ready for as the Alamogordo Tigers face off against the Las Cruces Bulldogs, and hoping for a fun matchup here this evening as the Tigers try to, play a little bit of spoiler here against Las Cruces if they can, and give them some trouble for their goal towards trying to compete for the district title. The Bulldogs a game behind Centennial right now, and Oregon Mountain is a game behind Las Cruces, and I think Mayfield's at 5-4. I'll have to go double check that, but I believe that's right. Tigers are warming up. Alamogordo's in their call the Astros uniforms, the 80s Astros, maybe the 70s actually, but kind of the bumblebee uniform with horizontal stripes of gold and black with Tigers above that. Numerals are in black, outlined in gold. Bulldogs are in their gray road uniforms, blue sleeves, gray pants, and has LC on one side and the Bulldog logo on the other side of the button-up jersey. Blue numerals and red outlining for them. Bulldogs shut out the Tigers 4-0 by the guy that is stepping up to the plate right now, Steve Solorzano. Had a fine effort, and we've passed the record for strikeouts in program history in that matchup. He faces Mason Bodley to lead things off, and Bodley will miss low and away to get us underway here this afternoon. Absolutely gorgeous day for baseball. Not much of a breeze, at least the flag that is right here by the field is not blowing much at the moment, and a swing and a miss, and the count evens up at 1-1 on Solorzano. Tigers with just 5 games left in the season. They will get going against Gadsden next week. It'll be senior day on Monday when the Tigers face off against the Panthers, and likely the final 5 games of the season overall here for the Tigers coming up over these next few days. As the 1-1 misses, and it is now 2-1. And a check swing and a pitch that'll drop below the strike zone. And the count will even up at 3-1. See if we've got stats for Las Cruces. I'm also curious if Alamogordo has been updating theirs on the baseball side of things. Kind of as the season has gone on, it hasn't been happening quite as much among other teams. Yeah, it looks like they have. That's in their first strike, and the count goes full now, 3-2 on Solorzano. Tigers had a good game on Monday, it certainly seemed like. They got a good effort. Pitching from Gabriel Collazo, who's over at first base in this one. And here comes a full count pitch. And that one's going to miss a little bit high, so Solorzano will draw the leadoff walk. And the Tigers will put a base runner on here to begin the game. And we'll see Lucas Hernandez come up to the plate, the starting right fielder, hitting in the number 2 spot. And let's get a look at Las Cruces here. See if they've got some stats up for us. Looks like they do. By the way, Solorzano hitting .481 on the season after drawing that walk. And here's a pickoff throw to first, and the ball comes out of the glove of Collazo, but it forced Solorzano back to the bag. And it's 1-0 at the plate. Thanks to the home plate umpire for providing that. I didn't think I heard a strike, but the scoreboard said 0-1. Here's a pickoff throw to first again. They're keeping a close eye on Solorzano right now. Hernandez, coming into this game hitting .317, has 15 RBIs on the season. Has hit 5 doubles and a triple. So a few extra base hits in there out of the number 2 spot. Solorzano, pretty healthy lead, kind of bouncing back and forth. Bodley's going to toss over to first again. And keeping a close eye on the New Mexico State commit. The rest of the lineup for Las Cruces is Kai Hawkins in the number 3 spot. Ryan Padilla is hitting cleanup for Las Cruces as the pitch misses high, and it's 2-0 now to Hernandez. Asher Everhart will hit in the number... Julian Sullivan hitting the number 5 spot, then Asher Everhart. Maya Valles in the number 6 or 7 position. Angel Aragon hitting 8th, and then Oscar Martinez is hitting 9th. Runner does not go. Swing and a miss at the plate, and the count goes to 2-1. Tigers' defensive setup, we already mentioned Bodley is on the mound. Cash DeLanda behind home plate as usual. Collazo is over at first base for the Tigers. Second base is Nick Martinez. Shortstop, Dominic Barunda Ramirez, and the third baseman is Jeremiah DeRezzo. Another pickoff throw to first as the Tigers very much keeping an eye on Solizano here. Brett George is in left field for this game. That's a little bit different. Hold on. They've got Brett George on my lineup here twice. That's what threw me off. So Brett's in right, and Bryce Viescas is in left field, and then it's Cash DeLanda out in center. DHing, by the way, in this game will be Kyle Stevie. This one hit high in the air, pop up. It looks like it'll get into the center field, and that one is going to drop. Dominic Barunda Ramirez was trying to come over the top to grab it, and probably should have been one that Duchesne came on and called him off on, and it ends up falling. And so it'll be Zakai Hawkins coming to the plate. Now, we'll give Hernandez there a single. I don't think that actually went off the glove, but it just, for that high of a pop-up, it's one that you probably expect your defense to get, and it puts the Tigers in a little bit of trouble here early. And the first pitch coming across the strike zone misses outside on Hawkins. It's 1-0. Hawkins coming in hitting .460. Has 24 RBIs in the season, has gone yard once, 8 doubles, and 2 triples on the season. And he hits this one softly up the middle, and it is going to get through. Looked like Barunda Ramirez had a play on it for just a little bit, but it sneaks through and ends up being kind of a softly hit single. So Bodley really, I mean, I know he gave up the leadoff walk to Solorzano, but obviously trying to be careful against the hitter. But there's 2 at-bats where certainly one that they should have gotten out. That one, it was certainly back up the middle, but it was kind of softly hit. So kind of some bad luck here early for Bodley. And the first pitch offering to Ryan Padilla is going to miss outside, and the count is 1-0. Padilla coming hitting .400 on the season. 24 RBIs, 11 doubles on the year, so certainly been hitting him to the gaps for the Bulldogs. Bodley out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. And he'll see that one miss low. It'll scoot away from DeLanda just a little bit, but he'll keep that in front of him. Nobody advances. So it's a 2-0 count. Bases are loaded. Coming set is Bodley. And here comes the pitch. And he hits this hard left field. Should be playable there for Viescas. He's got it. They'll tag up. Viescas comes with the throw. It's going to be cut off. Run will score. And so a sac fly RBI for Padilla. 1 down, and Las Cruces leads 1-0. Runners stay where they are, first and second. And Julian Sullivan, the pitcher, will come to the plate. He's going to show up in the bottom half, already with a lead. As for what he's done at the plate so far, in 18 games, hitting .483 on the season. Boy, a lot of these players their averages are fantastic. 22 RBIs on the year. And this one is hit to the right side. Could be 2. They'll get the force at 1, throw to first, and they turn it. Tigers turn the 4 to 6 to 3 double play, and that inning, I think, ended up about as good as you could have expected there for the Tigers. They do give up the sac fly RBI, but they get the twin killing right after. And this inning is over with just 1 run given up, 1 run left on the board, and the Bulldogs with 2 hits. 1-0 Las Cruces through a half inning of play. Tigers up to hit as they'll face off against Julian Sullivan, the Bulldogs pitcher, when we come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
I just need a fresh start with my finances.
Hey, this is Rita at Local Credit Union. Keeping your head above water can be hard. Where do you start? Here at Loco, we're helping our members combine their debt, reduce their payments into one monthly payment. In some cases, it'll get you some extra money for those unexpected expenses. Here at Local Credit Union, we make it easy. Simply go online to localcreditunion.com and apply, or stop by 808 Washington Avenue. Local Credit Union, let's see what we can do for you. Federally insured, NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Alamogordo trails 1-0 after a half inning of play. Coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. By the way, that was Martinez to Barunda to Collazo on that double play for the Tigers. It's the first time I've seen them in a game that I've covered turn a double play this year. So that was really solid for the Tigers. And Alamogordo's lineup a little bit different than the last one that I covered last week, as they moved Dominic Bruna Ramirez to the top of the order for the Tigers. Nick Martinez hitting second. That spot in the lineup's kind of bounced around a little bit. Jeremiah DeRezzo in the 3 spot, and I think Gabriel Collazo has been in the 4 spot most of the season as well. Brett George kind of been somewhere between 5, 6, and 7, but he's at 5. Cash DeLando's been leading off a lot of the season, is hitting 6th. Then it's Bryce Viescas hitting in the number 7 spot. And I think making sure that everybody's inside the dugout. And Coach Gil Padilla's trying to move his left fielder into a new position. It looks like he's got him where he wants. First pitch to Barunda Ramirez misses, and it's 1-0. It will be the lefty pitching here, as comes in there for a called strike on the outside corner for Julian Sullivan. Check in on Sullivan and what he's done so far this year. Bulldogs have used a lot of different pitchers this year. Sullivan listed 2-0 on the year with a 1.31 ERA. Pitch is going to miss high. And 2-1 now to Barunda Ramirez. Yeah, Solzano's pitched the most. He's had 8 games in a .16 ERA. They've got a team ERA of 2.19 this year. This is fouled off. Count's going to even up at 2-2. And Sullivan has 10 appearances on the year, so not just games started. He's picked it up in some other spots. He has struck out 32 on the season. Meanwhile, Dominic Bruna Ramirez, talk about him as well, obviously. He hitting .347 on the season, and a line shot and a base hit. Just as I say that, he adds another base hit to his average. And Dominic got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but has really come on, especially as district has rolled up. And I think one reason you can see is why they've moved him to the top of the order. Nick Martinez will come up now, hitting .143 on the season. Has got an RBI and the double on the year. Tigers, by the way, hitting .231 as a team. Time called as Solzano is needing to readjust some equipment. He's, I think, working on his sunglasses, it looks like. And looks like he's ready to go. The defensive setup for Las Cruces. Mentioned Solorzano behind home plate. Sullivan, the pitcher. Sullivan comes right down the middle with a fastball, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. First baseman is Asher Everhart. Second baseman is Ryan Padilla. At shortstop, it's Zakai Hawkins, and third baseman is Maya Valles. Left fielder for the Bulldogs, Oscar Martinez. Center fielder, Angel Aragon, and then right fielder is Lucas Hernandez. Here comes the pitch. That's low, 1-1. Oh, do you call it a strike? Okay, 0-2. So Martinez steps back in, and he finds himself in a two-strike hole here. Runner on first with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Outside. A fake of the pickoff throw by Solorzano. Counts 1-2 now with nobody out. Don't think they've reset the scoreboard from the top half. This is popped up and will stay in play. I'm not sure anybody's going to get to it. It will drop in foul territory up the first base side. A lot of foul territory up the first and third base lines here at Tiger Field if you've never been here before. There's, goodness, I'd say you've got at least 30, 40 feet on each side, especially kind of the lines behind home plate. But even as you head up the line into the outfield, there's some opportunities if the ball is hit into foul territory to go make a play. Pitch is going to miss up and away here. Martinez has drawn the count back even. It's 2-2. Two-two count with nobody out and a runner on first. There's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Here comes the throw from Solorzano. It's a little bit high, and it forced Zakai Hawkins to kind of jump up and grab it. It was also in front of the bag a little bit, and a stolen base for Dominic Bruno Ramirez. And outside it misses, and it's a walk. So the Tigers off to a good start here. They get a leadoff single. They draw a walk, and there's still nobody out. Tigers with their number 3 hitter up. Jeremiah DeRezzo coming to the plate here. And DeRezzo, 386, has been the most consistent hitter for the Tigers all season and took a big swing at that. Comes up empty, though, and it's 0-1. 386 for Jeremiah. He's got 9 RBIs, 5 doubles, a couple of triples. Having a really, really good senior season. The 0-1. And he hits this in the air. Right center field. Should be deep enough to tag for Dominic Bruno Ramirez. And the catch is made in right center field. So the Tigers do move the runner up to third, and they still keep a sac fly in order here. DeRezzo got under that just a little bit too much. If that's a bit more flattened out, and that's out in the gap and scoring at least one run for sure. He was Jeremiah was a little upset with himself afterwards. I think he felt like he got some good contact, but good play out in center for the Bulldogs and Angel Aragon. So to bring up Gabriel Collazo with an opportunity to at least tie up this game here with a runner on first, a runner on third, and one down, and a deep fly ball could bring in Bruno Ramirez. Here's the pitch from Sullivan. And he's right in there for a strike as the lefty gets it over. 0-1, right-handed hitting Collazo at the plate. With Brett George in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Aaron Collazo hitting into a double play here. Coming set. Here's the pitch from Sullivan. Outside it misses. A couple of fake pickoff throws from Solorzano as he jumped out of his stance, and the count will even up here at 1-1. Collazo ready to go. And as is the pitcher Sullivan. Runner goes. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. And they are going to come home. And Bruno Ramirez able to slide in front of the tag. They went out to second to try to get Martinez. They cut it off and came back home, and as the catcher Solorzano tried to reach back across and apply the tag, it looked like Bruno Ramirez slid in his hand just before it, and the Tigers have tied it up at 1 on the double steal. It's 1-2 to Collazo with a runner on second now. And the Tigers have worked it back even after giving up a run in the top half. And the pitch is high, just above the belt to Collazo, 2-2. Good velocity on the fastball from Sullivan. And he's also shown a good curveball as well. Here's the pitch. And he'll miss low. Martinez stays at second. So Lozano was able to keep that in front of him. It did bounce out to the left side of the batter's box, but certainly would have been a throw that he could have made over to third. 2-2. Again low. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 3-2. And that's a walk. So 2 walks here in the inning for Sullivan. And Brett George is going to come to the plate. He'll step up and see what Brett can do with a couple runners on. He's had some big hits this season. And you got a lefty versus lefty matchup. Sullivan set out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Comes inside. And George came close to going around on that when he tried to hold off on the swing, but they did not. Pitch kind of came up and inside on him, and as he was backing out of the way, also gave it a swing. He'll swing at this one and come up empty. It's 1-1. Tigers with a hit, a couple of walks, and a double steal. And has worked them back even. A little bit low to George here on the 1-1. Count is 2-1. Collazo at first, Martinez at second for the Tigers. All tied up at 1 in the bottom of the first. With 1 out. Sullivan. Pitch. Gonna miss inside. And 3-1 now. And we're going to see Solorzano go out and talk to his pitcher. George will take a couple of practice swings here. Brett, by the way, didn't mention what he's done this season. 156 on the year, but does have 4 RBIs. He's got a double. Has come up with some hits and some crucial moments for the Tigers. Certainly think back to the Roswell game and a few others in there too. 3-1. Ground ball to the right side. Could be 2. They'll toss to second, get 1, toss to first. It's going to go off the glove of the first baseman, and it's going to allow Martinez to score on the play. Throw was a little bit off the mark, and it was a difficult stretch for the first baseman for the Bulldogs, Asher Everhart, and just came out of the web of his glove, and it slowly leaked away, and Martinez was able to come in and score. So I'm not sure we give it on the E6 or the E3 there. Probably a little bit of a combination of the both. But an error nonetheless, and the Tigers have taken the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Breaking ball does not break for Sullivan, and he misses high and away to cash the land, 1-0. A nice answer here from the Tigers. They certainly created the first run and got a little bit of help on the second run. As that pitch misses a little bit high, 2-0. But that was definitely tailor-made on the double play and just couldn't quite convert on the back end of it. So it's George at first. And fouled off to the screen by DeLanda. Count goes to 2-1. I'll say it's been I feel like a sign of the Tigers in a lot of games this year. They've fought back. They're not a team that just gives up on a game. They certainly continue to work hard and try to give themselves the best opportunity. And throughout most of the district, they've been competitive. Pitch is high to DeLanda, and it's 3-1 now. Tigers know, 3-18, 1-9 in district playoffs are probably not going to be a part of things. And this is a pop-up for DeLanda. Heads out into left field and parking under it and making the grab for the final out of the inning is Oscar Martinez, and the inning is over. But not before 2 runs come home. The Tigers end up with 1 hit, 1 Bulldog error. The Tigers leave 1 on, and it is a 2-1 game. Alamogordo, after 1 inning, is in front. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred. This is Angelo from the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands. Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, and the first offering here in the top of the second inning is going to miss, and it's 1-0. Tigers in front 2-1 after 1 inning of play over the Los Cruces Bulldogs, and Asher Everhart will lead things off for the Bulldogs, hitting from the left-hand side, facing the right-handed pitching Bodley, who works out of the stretch, and a swing and maybe a foul tip. Looks like a foul tip. The umpire put both hands up, so Everhart got just a piece of that, 1-1. It'll be Everhart, then Valles, and Aragon due up here for the Bulldogs, 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Bodley out of the stretch again. Here's the pitch, and this one hit hard up the line, and a fair ball all the way out to the wall. George will come up with it there. He'll toss it in. It will leak out towards third base to DeRezzo, and a leadoff double for Asher Everhart as the lefty smoked that one, pulled it up the first base line. And so it'll be Maya Valles coming to the plate here for the Bulldogs. Didn't mention Mason Bodley, 3.54 ERA, 2-3 on the season, and 4 starts on the year. I believe started the year more as a relief pitcher, but has moved into a starting role as the season has progressed. Here's the pitch. Gets that in there for a called strike on Valles, and it's 0-1. Bodley has struck out 29 on the year. He's only walked 9 hitters all season. First double that he's given up this year, too. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, and it is snagged by Barunda Ramirez. He'll toss to first, and he'll get the safe out. Does allow the runner to advance to third, but pretty hard-hit ground ball as Barunda Ramirez makes the play. And Angel Aragon will come to the plate. And the Bulldogs, sure, at minimum, will be looking for another sac fly or even a ground out to the right side. Tigers will bring the infield in. So the second baseman and the shortstop right on the infield grass, and first and third pretty similar to where they normally are. Here comes the pitch from Bodley. And a ground ball, and that is going to be snagged. Barunda Ramirez will check the runner at third. He'll throw to first, and he'll get the second out. So that worked out perfectly for the Tigers. And now they can back into their normal defensive stance. And we'll see Oscar Martinez come to the plate. So a couple of groundouts to Barunda Ramirez. And after giving up the leadoff double, the Tigers are an out away from getting out of danger here. Oscar Martinez will come to the plate in his first at-bat against Bodley. Mason set. And the pitch. And a ground ball. And it'll be to DeRezzo. Long throw across the diamond. They're not going to get there in time. One hopper to first. That was kind of a slow grounder deep in the hole. And so it'll end up going as an infield single for Martinez and an RBI as well. And the Bulldogs have tied up the game. So close to being able to get out of this inning, but just didn't have enough on the throw to first. And Everhart's able to score. So to bring up Steve Solorzano now, who walked and eventually scored in the first inning. And brings up, obviously, a dangerous hitter here with a runner on first, so the Tigers not nearly out of this inning yet. Runner goes. Now, actually, he feigned going, stopped at about probably a quarter of the way to second, and then headed back. Certainly looked like he was going there, and it'll be 1-0. Tigers may keep a closer eye here on Martinez now. Solorzano, who picked up the walk, I mentioned the top, hitting 41 on the season, and holds off on a check swing 2-0. And the Tigers might continue to be careful here, but I will say, Hernandez already has a single in this game, and he's hitting .317. I imagine you'd probably rather face him than Solorzano, but long wait. Now here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Counts 2-1 now. 2 outs and a runner on first. Bulldogs have tied it up. We're even at 2-2, a run in each inning. I'm curious how many walks Solorzano has drawn this year. 19. Actually, not as many as I would have thought. I thought it would have been more, probably. Runner goes, and he's going to get caught in between here. He tried to steal before Bodley had even thrown it. And they're going to tag him out, and the inning is over. And I think the umpire is going to talk this over. Maybe it was a balk? Did he sort of make a move towards home plate? Home plate umpire talking to the field umpire. Tigers have already gone back to their dugout, but this may keep the inning going here. And we're going to see the home plate umpire go over and talk to Gil Padilla, the head coach. And I think Gil is going to talk to the field umpire. And that conversation continues. And he's patting his chest, and I don't know if there was something that, obviously there's something that Padilla saw that he felt like would have maybe tipped the runner to start to go. That, again, maybe there was a twitch, maybe there was something that led to believe that, and I can't tell with the field umpire if he's, the way that he's kind of patting himself, like saying that he missed it or his call, and Padilla, I think, is still wanting a little bit more of an explanation here, but it's not going to change the call. And so the Bulldogs are back out. So it'll be caught stealing for Martinez. Solorzano will be able to hit in the top of the third inning. And if it was something, it was something very subtle, but you have to imagine that Martinez was picking up on something in Bodley's motion to feel like, okay, I can go at this point. And obviously the umpires felt like that there wasn't enough there to facilitate a balk and give the runner second base. So, Tigers will be up to hit. I would have taken a commercial break there, but I figured I needed to chat through that a little bit. And Bryce Viescas will lead things off for the Tigers here in the second inning, but that certainly felt like what Las Cruces wanted out of that play. And it wasn't, by no means was it an angry discussion, and you wouldn't expect that from Coach Padilla. He's one of the more mild-mannered guys, and he's going to be respectful in the way that he talks to the umpires. But, before anything even happened, the home plate umpire was going out and talking to the field umpire, so it may have been that he was looking at something else and didn't see. And I'll be honest, if he doesn't see it, he doesn't see it. So, it's not one of those that you can, I don't think actually you can even replay that in Major League Baseball, box, or one of those I don't think that you can look at. And a swing and a miss by Viescas as Sullivan comes back out. 2-2 your score. And a swing and a miss from Viescas, and it's 0-2. Viescas, then Duchesne and Stevie due up in this inning for the Tigers. Pitch is outside, and the count is 1-2. Tigers just had one hit in that first inning, but did draw a couple of walks, and that's a really good curveball there on Viescas as that drops right in the zone, called strike 3 on Viescas. One down. It'll be Cameron Duchesne coming to the plate. Duchesne played in 15 games for the Tigers this year, hitting a 185. So the Tigers only have a few guys that are hitting over 300 on the year. Brenda Ramirez. That's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. And guys that have, plus 50 plus at-bats or so. Duchesne's only got 30 plate appearances, 27 at-bats. He's been kind of in and out of the hitting part of the lineup for the Tigers. This has popped up and out of play. Has been DH for in a couple of games that I've covered, and this will get out of play 0-2. So let's see. Cash DeLanda's hitting 226. Gabriel Collazo 224. Stevie's hitting 233. And that's been a part of the issue for the Tigers, just not being able to produce runs. They've also gone up against some really good pitchers this season, too. They've had a challenging schedule, for sure. And a swing and a miss. And Duchesne strikes out. So back-to-back strikeouts to open up the inning for Sullivan. And the Bulldogs so far putting the Tigers through the order here. Kyle Stevie going to come to the plate as the lefty will face the left-handed pitching Sullivan. So Stevie steps in, base is empty, bottom of 2, and our game tied at 2. Ooh, that was a pretty good breaking ball. Just didn't drop in at the right time for Sullivan. Counts 1-0. Coming set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Try to chase one up the ladder a little bit. Count evens up at 1-1. Stevie will readjust his batting helmet, step back in. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Hits the outside corner. And the count's 1-2. Sullivan's been in control this whole inning. And going to try to strike out the side here, or at least get a 1-2-3 inning for his Bulldogs. Comes set from the belt. Here's the pitch. And this one is stroked to right field. And a bit of a misplay on right field as well. Stevie's going to be able to get to second. He may be able to get to third on this play. He's going to turn the corner. Here comes the throw in. He is going to get there, and it was going to be a single for sure. And Stevie, he's trying to catch his breath at this point. Kyle's not somebody you'd normally expect to go out there and hit a triple. We're gonna give him the single, but then a misplay gives him the triple. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna give Kyle a triple. Why not? It's not like I'm the official score. So this inning not over, and Bernardo Ramirez can come up with another hit. The Tigers could take the lead. Sullivan in there for a strike. It's 0-1. That's one of those things about baseball. You get those first 2 outs, and you're just cruising, and then all of a sudden something happens and can get an inning going. The Tigers going to try to take advantage of a bit of a miscue. Pitch is going to miss outside of the fastball. It's 1-1. Ramirez kind of held the bat up about halfway and took a practice swing with it before he stepped back in. And watch that curveball miss, like down, maybe a bit away as well. 2-1 to Barunda Ramirez. Stevie at third. Tigers looking for a base hit to try to regain the lead. There's the pitch. And fouled and off the screen. And the count will go to 2-2 now. 2 outs and a runner on third for Alamogordo. Bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs tied it up with a 2-out single in the last inning. Tigers trying to answer back. And hit up the first base line. It's a fair ball. Barunda Ramirez should get a double out of this. Here comes the throw in from the corner. Not going to be there in time. And Barunda Ramirez with a stand-up double. So the Tigers get back in front after a pair of extra base hits there. Triple-double for the Tigers. And Nick Martinez will come to the plate and try to keep things going. Outside it misses, 1-0. Dominic already with 2 hits, halfway to the cycle. Martinez gets a piece of it and sends it back to the screen. Count evens up at 1-1. Long look in here from Sullivan. We'll check back to second. Barunda Ramirez is going to head back to second. And the pitch comes to the plate anyway. It's going to be popped up and out of play. And Martinez falls behind the count 1-2. A nice 2-strike hitting in this inning for the Tigers. That was on 2 strikes to Stevie, 2 strikes to Barunda Ramirez. Tigers have converted in some places you maybe wouldn't have expected them to. Down and in it misses, and Martinez able to hold up. And the count will even at 2-2. Sullivan lost his cap there on that pitch, too. He'll grab that and put it back on his head. So it's a 2-2 count with a runner on second and 2 down. Runner goes, and doesn't matter. It's a called strike 3 at the plate anyway. And the inning is over. But the Tigers pick up 2 hits, 1 run, no Bulldog errors, and the Tigers find themselves in front 3-2 again. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
OFCU has a Visa Platinum credit card. It offers a low introductory rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. No annual fees, no balance transfer fees, low monthly payment, and more. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
The New Mexico Modern Child Support Family Program. It works to benefit both parents for the purpose of improving children's lives. It provides the basics of child support but goes further by helping parents step up, find better job opportunities that get them back on track to paying their monthly child support obligation. Find out how the Child Support Step-Up program can help your modern family. Contact New Mexico Child Support today at 1-800-283-4465 or visit hsd.state.nm.us. Brought to you by the New Mexico Human Services Department.
He threw it over first, but he had time to get it there. He'll be the first out of the inning. Kind of pulled Collazo off the bag a little bit, but he had time to reapply his foot there. 1-3 to begin the inning, and a great start for the Tigers after retaking the lead in the top of the third. Lucas Hernandez will come to the plate now, and he'll hold off on a pitch that'll miss outside. 1-0. 1-2-3 in the order for the Bulldogs to begin the inning. Zakai Hawkins in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Outside again, it misses. 2-0. And what happened on that play with Stevie, where he hit it out to right field, it was hit hard enough, and Stevie doesn't have a ton of speed, that I think the right fielder was thinking he could probably, if he could scoop it up quickly, maybe make a play at first from right field, and I think he would have had a shot at it, but when he wasn't able to grab it cleanly with his glove, it ended up turning into a bigger miscue there. And this is popped high in the air. It should get out of play foul into the Las Cruces bullpen. Actually, I'll get over into the visitor side batting cage. 2-2. So 2-2 with one out. Bases empty. Top of 3. The Tigers in front 3-2. Right on top of the plate is Hernandez. And he will hit this one sky high in the air. This will stay in play. Bodley's going to come on and make the grab, and he'll grab it in fair territory up the third base line, about a third of the way between home and home and third. And usually when you make a play like that, you kind of toss around the diamond, and Bodley, DeRezzo had to tell him where to throw it next. He threw it over to short. So softly a ground ball and then a pop-up. And Bodley so far has looked really solid here against a potent Las Cruces lineup. 2 down. First pitch is in there for a strike to Hawkins, and it's 0-1. Not only that, he's made both the plays this inning. Ground out and caught the pop out. Down on the 0-1, and it's 1-1. But as we saw in the last inning, with 2 outs, anything can happen. A rather pedestrian inning so far, but I'm sure the Bulldogs would love to get something going here with 2 down in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch. And again, a pop-up. This will head out to left center field. Duchesne camping under that. And he's got it. It wasn't a particularly graceful catch there. It looked like he kind of got twisted around, but he makes the play. And the Tigers get a shutdown 1-2-3 inning after retaking the lead in the bottom of the second. They lead 3-2 after 2.5 innings. And you're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. We'll return with more Tiger baseball.
I just need a fresh start with my finances.
Hey, this is Rita at Local Credit Union. Keeping your head above water can be hard. Where do you start? Here at Loco, we're helping our members combine their debt, reduce their payments into one monthly payment. In some cases, it'll get you some extra money for those unexpected expenses. Here at Local Credit Union, we make it easy. Simply go online to localcreditunion.com and apply, or stop by 808 Washington Avenue. Local Credit Union, let's see what we can do for you. Federally insured, NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
What does the 50th anniversary of Title IX mean? It means I'm valued, I'm empowered, I can do anything. It means I'll pave the way for every girl who plays high school sports in the future, just like every female student, coach, official, and administrator blazed the trail for me. Because every student deserves the opportunity to play. Encourage girls you know to participate in New Mexico high school sports.
This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
On the Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. Tigers up the bat here in the bottom of the third. Jeremiah DeRezzo leading things off. And a 1-0 is a ground ball to third. Nicely played over at third by Maya Valles. Toss to first is going to be in time. That was a hard-hit ball, and he was able to snag that backhanded and make it a nice, strong throw to first for out number 1. 5-3 on the putout. So it'll be Gabriel Collazo who walked in his first at-bat. Sullivan still on the mound for Las Cruces, and he's been good in this game. Just has had a couple of gave up a walk or a couple walks and a single in the first, and then that single and double in the second. That eventually led to the run coming in. A little bit of a defensive miscue also affected things there, and pitch miss low to Collazo, 1-0. Gabe drew the walk his first time up. That breaking ball will stay up and away. 2-0 now. Brett George in the on-deck circle. The pitch. In there for a called strike. 2-1. And this is hit pretty well out to center field, but looks like it's going to hang up. Still carrying, but nice play out in center field by Angel Aragon. He was probably within a few paces of the warning track out there. That was well hit from Collazo, but just didn't quite have enough on it. Two down with Brett George coming to the plate now. He grounded into an error. Well, it looked like it was going to be a double play, allowed another run to come across when the throw to first was a little bit off the mark, and the first baseman wasn't able to keep it in his glove. And George is going to pop this one up. It looks like it'll get out of play, and it will, as it'll bounce behind the Las Cruces dugout. 0-1 to George. Well, last week for the Tigers against Mayfield, they lost a close 4-3 game at home, lost a 4-1 game on the road. I think the other one ended up being 7-1. And you think back to Oregon Mountain, the Tigers were in all three of those games. I think they lost 2-1 on the road. They won a 9-5 game here and lost 15-9. And that's the third-place team in district. Centennial was a tougher go of it, but they've definitely played well against pretty much everybody in the district. Pitch is going to miss outside here. 1-2 to George. And once again are given a Cruces team that's no doubt going to be in the state playoffs a hard time here. And George got a foul tip of it, but it's right into Solorzano's catcher mitt. And the inning is over, so the Bulldogs do get their 1-2-3 inning as they get the strikeout to finish off the third. Tigers will go to the top of the fourth, leading 3-2. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred. This is Angelo from the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands. Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in New Mexico needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Alamogordo is leading 3-2. We're through 3 complete innings. Top of the 4th, and the Bulldogs up to bat with Ryan Padilla, the cleanup hitter, and he will hit this one to short, and a nice stab there by Barunda Ramirez. Toss on to first, and the Tigers have been rock solid defensively in this game. Especially Barunda Ramirez. He's made some really, really nice plays, and there's one down. It'll bring up the lefty, Julian Sullivan. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play to close out the first inning. And Mason Bodley through 3 1/3 has been very good for the Tigers. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-0. I talked to Mason kind of early in the season. He was one of our athletes of the week, and you could tell he was kind of starting to build the confidence at that point and was working more as a relief pitcher, and a swing and a miss on one that I'm sure Sullivan wishes he hadn't gone after there. It was down in the dirt away from him, 0-2. You can kind of tell by the way he finished off his swing that he was not pleased with himself for offering at that. 0-2. Outside it misses, and DeLanda liked the location of that pitch, trying to get Sullivan to chase it again. Everhart in the on-deck circle. He's got a double. Bodley, who works solely out of the stretch. And we'll see this one just fouled off as Sullivan keeps his at-bat alive. He gets a piece of it, goes behind home plate. Count will stay 1-2. 3-2 lead for the Tigers if you're just tuning in, as we're just past the top of the hour, 6 o'clock. Thanks for listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and struck him out. That is the first strikeout of the day for Mason Bodley. And it'll bring up another lefty here is Asher Everhart, who led off the second inning with a double. We'll come back to the plate. And Bodley, who has sat down the last 5 in a row, trying to keep that going here. Here comes the pitch from Bodley. And just getting a piece of it is Everhart. Counts 0-1. Bodley set. And here's a hard hit ball and a base hit that will sneak through the left side. Going opposite field there for Everhart, and he's 2 for 2. I'll bring up Maya Valles, who grounded out to short his first time up. 0 for 1 on the day, but trying to get something started here with 2 outs. Bulldogs did get their 1 run in the second on 2 outs. That was after Everhart doubled, and then a couple of ground outs had moved him over to third, but a single brought him in. And here's one, a liner right at Martinez. He has to make a little hop to grab it, but he's got it. Well hit there from Baez, but right at him. And the inning is over. Tigers hold on to a 3-2 lead. We are through 3.5 innings. Bulldogs with 1 hit, no Tiger errors, no runs, and 1 runner left on. We will head to the home half of the 4th. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
OFCU has a Visa Platinum credit card. It offers a low introductory rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. No annual fees, no balance transfer fees, low monthly payment, and more. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Tuition-free college is just a click away at reachhighernm.com. I'm Higher Education Cabinet Secretary Stephanie Rodriguez, here to invite you to learn more about the New Mexico Opportunity and Lottery Scholarships and how you can pursue college or career training tuition-free starting this fall. Find out which scholarships you qualify for. Find a college near you. Apply and enroll. Get started on your future today at reachhighernm.com. This message is sponsored by the State of New Mexico.
Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A swing and a miss from Cash to Landa. He was up in the count 1-0. Now at even 1-1. Bottom of the 4th inning, Alamogordo in front 3-2. And DeLanda leads things off 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Due up for the Tigers here in this inning. And in the dirt and outside for Sullivan on the 1-1. And it's now 2-1. So Lozano, or tracking down the baseball, took a little bit extra time maybe to talk to his pitcher and try and settle things down a bit. So it's DeLanda, Viescas, and Duchesne due up in the inning for the Tigers. Set in the pitch. Down and in it misses. DeLanda able to hold off. And he gets himself into a nice hitter's count here, 3-1. DeLanda popped out to left field in his first at-bat. 3-1. Outside it misses, and Cash will draw the walk. I assume we'll see a courtesy runner here for the Tigers. There's not one listed down here, but yeah, looks like we will see a courtesy runner for Alamogordo. And I'm trying to tell who that is. I think it's 18. No, that would be Stevie. That is not who it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's... Okay, it's Isaac Barnes. Okay, it's 10. That's why I thought it was 18. So anyway, it'll be Bryce Viescas to the plate with a runner on first. And just a little bit high. Count is 1-0 to Viescas, who struck out his first time up. A check of the cheat sheet for Viescas, which he puts back into his left rear pocket. A swing and a foul off back in our direction. Count is 1-1. And once again, just an absolutely pleasant day for baseball. One of the rare afternoons and evenings in New Mexico with not much wind. We've had some good, for baseball, had some good luck with that this year for the home games. The 1-1. Trying to hit that outside corner, can't spot it, and it's 2-1. Now I saw at least one point earlier there was a couple of people throwing around in the Cruces bullpen to our left, but I haven't seen that in a while. Pitch is high. Solorzano quickly out of his stance. Runner kind of looked like he was going to go to second, but he more of just a shuffle of his feet than anything else. So the count 3-1. After DeLanda drew the leadoff walk. And this one is popped up and should stay in play for the first baseman into foul territory. He will make the grab as Everhart makes the snag. We'll bring a Cameron Duchesne, who struck out his first time up. And looks over to Coach Winrow. And once again, over in the Cruces bullpen, a couple of guys tossing back and forth. Here's the pitch. A little bit high to Duchesne, 1-0. Barnes, the courtesy runner at first after DeLanda reached on the walk. Look in from Sullivan as the lefty works from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Now, other things going on this evening. You've got Alamogordo softball playing Cruces on the road, trying to hold on to second place in district, and that's going to be in there for a called strike on Duchesne. Fastball is something, it's not really a sinker, but it's definitely in a downward trajectory when it's coming at the pitcher, or the hitter, I should say. And that'll miss down and away. So not so much a kind of a sidearm delivery, more of over the top, bringing that pitch down to the hitter. And this is going to go off the end of the bat, out of play. And Duchesne will keep it 2-2. Also got Thule and Mescalero Apache softball playing tonight. Doubleheader for them. And I believe it's Mescalero Apache baseball at Capitan tonight as well. And again, getting a piece of it. Solorzano, that one was popped straight up, but it was lined back into the screen. He was out of his stance with his mask off, hoping to have a play on him, but still 2-2 to the hitter Duchesne, who's had a much better at bat than his first time up. Was a strikeout victim on 3 straight pitches. This time, though, he strikes out on the 7th pitch of the at bat. Swing and a miss, and 2 down. And Kyle Stevie, who I gave him the triple. It was more a single and an error, but he shot one out to right field, and then on the misplay in right field was able to advance all the way to third. Stevie's going to pop this one up and out of play up the third base side. Falls behind in the count 0-1. I don't see anybody tossing over in the Cruces bullpen anymore. And in the dirt, he will make the pickoff throw to first this time with Solorzano, but Barnes with not much of a lead. Tigers haven't been aggressive this time on the base pass, and maybe they also know Solorzano's a difficult catcher to steal on. Coming set, here's the pitch. And trying to hit the inside corner on the lefty. Just missed, 2-1. And Stevie ready to go. Lefty versus lefty. Tigers have a couple of those matchups in the order. And Stevie holds up on a pitch that's above the belt. And he gets himself to a 3-1 count. And he can get on here, put a runner on second with Dominic Bruno Ramirez coming to the plate. Tigers will definitely take that. Here's the pitch. And that comes up and in on him. And Stevie will draw the walk. And so 2 walks in the inning and put it on first and second. And Coach Gil Padilla is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. And Looking over to the dugout, I'm wondering if this might be a pitching change. We'll see if they'll try to let him get out of the rest of this inning, or there is one player that's standing right on the edge of the dugout. Looks like he's ready to come in, but maybe it's kind of feel out the situation once he's out there for Coach Padilla before he makes the decision. Isaac Barnes went over and talked to Coach Winrow in the third base box. But if you're Barnes, if it's any type of contact, you are running hard. And they are going to stick with Padilla here, or I should say Sullivan, sorry. They're going to stick with Sullivan. As he will face off against Bruno Ramirez, who's already got 2 hits on him today, a single and a double. And we'll have an opportunity to extend the Tigers' lead. There's the pitch. Away it misses. So Lozano liked the spot there from his pitcher. Coming set. Here's the pitch. Outside again. And now 2-0. Both fastballs, both missing away. And a good hitter's count here for the guy who's had the big stick in this game for the Tigers. And again, outside. It's been pretty much the same spot. And I don't know, maybe if they're just trying to be careful with Bruno Ramirez. Martinez, and percentage-wise, that's probably the hitter you'd rather face in this spot. We'll see if Dom's taking all the way here. And here's a throw to second, but that was a walk anyway. And so the Tigers have the bases loaded on 3 walks, and now we'll see the pitching change here for Las Cruces. As the bases are loaded, no hits in the inning for the Tigers, but and it'll be number 12 for Las Cruces. And somebody that was already out in the field that is coming in. And it'll be Sean Avalucia coming into pitch. It'll be a righty here for the Bulldogs. We will take a break during the warm-up. It is still 3-2 Alamogordo, bottom of the 4th. The Tigers have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And a pitching change for Las Cruces to try to keep it a 1-run game.
I just need a fresh start with my finances.
Hey, this is Rita at Local Credit Union. Keeping your head above water can be hard. Where do you start? Here at Loco, we're helping our members combine their debt, reduce their payments into 1 monthly payment. In some cases, it'll get you some extra money for those unexpected expenses. Here at Local Credit Union, we make it easy. Simply go online to localcreditunion.com and apply, or stop by 808 Washington Avenue. Local Credit Union, let's see what we can do for you. Federally insured, NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Michael Shinneberry here. Join me for live and local discussions every Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 a.m. and 101.9 FM. If it's local events, we talk about it. If it's politics, local, state, or national, we talk about it. Pick a subject, we talk about it. We're now streaming online at alamosportsandtalk.com. It's the Michael Shinneberry Show every Tuesday and Thursday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. only on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 a.m. and 101.9 FM.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Nick Martinez swings and misses and is behind the count 0-2. First pitch was watching a called strike, and Avalucia is in there to try and get the Tigers out of trouble. The Bulldogs, they kind of created their own trouble with 3 walks in that last inning to load the bases. And Martinez hits it to left field and into the gap. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs should score. Rounding is Stevie. He will end up crop plate. And Nick Martinez with a 2-out, 2 RBI double. And Alamogordo finds themselves in front 5-2. On 2 strikes, what a shot there for Nick. Dorinda Ramirez is over third, and you've got Durezzo still coming to play here with 2 outs. 5-2 Alamogordo. Coming through big with the bases loaded, and the first pitch to Durezzo misses. 1-0. Now Lucia is going to catch Durezzo in the backside and hit by pitch. And the bases are loaded again for Gabriel Collazo. And the home plate umpire checking to make sure that Jeremiah Durezzo was okay after the hit by a pitch, and all good. Bases loaded again here with 2 down. And Avalucia is going to get the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Collazo looking for his first hit of the day, a walk and a pop out. Made some good contact on that last pitch, though, and here's a hard hit ground ball foul, and just off the hand of Winrow over there at the third base box. So the base is loaded with 2 down. An 0-2 count to Collazo. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. But not before the Tigers add on a couple more runs and give themselves a bit more breathing room. We're going to the top of the 5th with Alamogordo in front 5-2 over Las Cruces. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hi, this is Laura from the Lincoln National Forest, reminding you to leave no trace. The Forest Service is all about providing a beautiful place for you to hike, bike, use your ATV, and camp. So we're asking you to leave the forest better than when you found it. That means you take all your own trash and gear with you when you leave. Most of our visitors do an excellent job of taking care of their public lands. But one way people inadvertently violate the leave no trace principle is by leaving behind bagged trash at their campsite, thinking someone else will come to retrieve it. A trash bag is no match for a curious animal, and by leaving your trash behind, you may be accidentally killing wildlife, not to mention scattering trash around the beautiful forest you came to enjoy. No one comes to the forest to see trash, so remember, if you packed it in, pack it out. From all of us at the Lincoln National Forest, thank you for recreating responsibly.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day, interscholastic sports in New Mexico. This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, and a one-hopper to the backstop for Mason Bodley to begin the inning as he goes up against Angel Aragon, who grounded out to short in his first time up. Top of 5, Tigers in front, 5-2. After Nick Martinez's double brought in 2 runs in the last inning, and Bodley going to reset, step off the rubber, and get back into his routine here, and he'll miss high on the next pitch, and it's 2-0 now here to Aragon. Bodley comes set. And the pitch. And a ground ball foul up the third base side, and Coach Padilla able to snag that one. Tosses it on to Durezzo, gives it back to the pitcher. Just got some finals from Mescalero Apache and Tularosa softball. 23-6 and 32-0 were the final scores as the Lady Cats stay undefeated in district. Let's see if we've got a final score from Mescalero Apache baseball as well. I know they were taking on Capitan today. And there's a ground ball to short. Bruno Ramirez has got it. Toss on to first, and there's one down. It is now 7 of the last 8 that Bodley has retired. And it'll bring up Oscar Martinez, who singled in a run in the top of the second inning for the Bulldogs. Let's see. I don't have a score in Capitan Mescalero Apache, but we'll try to get one here in a second. Here is a softly hit ground ball over towards third, but that's going to roll foul. Durezzo will grab that. Counts 0-1. And here, Coach Padilla yelling out words of encouragement over from the third base box to his hitter. The 0-1. And this one is fouled off and out of play. And 0-2 now. And here is one hit to the left side, and that one took kind of a weird hop, but went beneath the glove of Durezzo, and it'll be a single for Martinez, his second hit of the day. It felt like he was in position to make the play, but sort of dove down on him when he wasn't necessarily expecting it, and kind of an unusual play there. So it'll be a runner on first with one down, and the Bulldogs trying to put something together here. With Steve Soldozano coming to the plate, grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Third time through the order, and he hits this one high in the air to left field. Should be playable there for Viescas. He's got it, and we'll toss it back in. And so Soldozano is out, and Lucas Hernandez will come to the plate. Single and a pop out in his 2 tries. Runner on first, and some speed there for Martinez. And there is a pickoff throw to first. Tigers acutely aware of that. So 1-0 Hernandez. And that'll be in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Runner on first with 2 down. Tigers holding on to a 5-2 lead. Ottley's going to miss on that, and he falls behind the count 3-0. It's been a game of 2-out conversions for each team. Tigers, I think, have 4 of their 5 runs with 2 outs. Bulldogs, I know at least one of them. That's going to drop in there for a strike for Bodley. 3-1. Zakai Hawkins in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance this inning. Hernandez leads away from first for Las Cruces. Bodley on the mound for the Tigers. The 3-1. And this is hard hit to left field. And that one's going to get between them all the way out to the wall, and that's going to bring a run in. It'll be a double and an RBI. Martinez will score from all the way at first, and the Tigers, hoping for a routine inning there, get that spoiled. So it's an RBI double for Hernandez, his second hit of the day. As Martinez scores, and Zakai Hawkins comes to the plate to try to keep it going here. As it's now 5-3 in the top of the fifth. I know when I looked over a little while ago, I thought I did see a couple of Tigers working out in there in the bullpen, but home plate umpire holding up things and now ready to go. Time going to be called by the hitter, I think, there. And now ready to go. Bodley with the check back to second. Comes to the plate. That one's in the dirt. DeLanda kept it in front of him. Throw to first is not in time. Just got in underneath the tag. It was a good throw by DeLanda, but certainly looked like the right call by the umpire, as sliding in underneath the tag was Hernandez. Really didn't get that far away from DeLanda, and he came up with it quickly, but credit to Hernandez. Really used his speed nicely and got in underneath it. And that's a little bit low, and the count's 2-0, kind of hitting a little bit of a danger point here for the Tigers to try and keep this just a one-run inning. Cleanup hitter Padilla in the on-deck circle. 2-0. Hard hit, base hit. Into left field, another run comes in. And the Bulldogs, all with 2 outs, have managed to work this to a 5-4 ball game again. They get back both the runs they gave up in the bottom of the fourth. And it'll bring in Zakai Hawkins to the plate, and Hawkins will chat with Coach Padilla for a second before he steps into the box. So Hawkins at first, Padilla coming to the plate. Picked up an RBI and a sac fly in the first, grounded out to short in his other appearance. The pitch. And hits this in the air to right field. It could be, it's going to be shallow right field, and Martinez has got it, and the inning is over. So the Tigers are able to hold on to the lead. The Bulldogs, though, cut into it as they score 2 in the top of the fifth with 3 hits in the inning, 1 runner left on, no Tiger errors. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Can the Tigers answer back? We'll find out. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred. This is Angelo from the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands. Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
So you think drinking alcohol can't hurt you? It'll mess you up big time. Say adios to large chunks of your brain. Major damage is already being done. Other parts of your body are getting wrecked too. Forget about sports, forget about school, forget about doing much of anything. Underage drinking freaks out your body, messes up your life.
Sponsored by the NMDOT.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the pitch will be in the dirt and looked like took kind of a rough carom there off of Solorzano. Looks like he's okay. It was kind of, whatever happened there, it didn't feel very good, but May have caught him on the hand, the non-glove hand, maybe. But no problem for him. He'll stay in the game. And then George is going to slap this one to right field for a base hit. Brett George with a leadoff single for the Tigers here in the fifth, and will try to gather back those runs they gave up in the top half. And bring up Cash DeLanda to the plate. Cash a pop out and a walk in his 2 tries. And Cash is going to pop this one sky high to the left side. He's frustrated and just going to be able to get that into the bullpen. And he felt like that was going to stay in play, but he was not happy that he got underneath that one. So we'll go back to it here with 0-1 the count to DeLanda. George the runner on first. Tigers up 5-4. Avallucia beginning his second inning of work. Check swing and foul out of play for DeLanda. 0-2. DeLanda will step back in. Tigers with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in this game, but a lot of base runners, but DeLanda's going to swing and miss. Ended up down on one knee afterwards, and seemed like a frustrating at-bat there for Cash. See maybe if he gets another opportunity here. Bryce Viescas will come to the plate, strike out and a pop-out in his 2 tries, 0 for 2 on the afternoon or evening. Still plenty of sunshine here left as they do have the lights on already, but I would anticipate we probably won't get there till maybe halfway through the second game. We'll see. And here's a ground ball left side. This could end up being 2. Nope, it's going to be a misplay over at short. Throw to first, not in time. And an E6 is going to put runners on first and second for the Tigers. Could have been 2. Instead, it ends up being none. And it'll be Cameron Duchesne coming to play with runners on first and second. And Coach Padilla's a few steps out of the dugout here. I didn't know if he was wondering about that call over at first. It was definitely a bang-bang play, but maybe more of just kind of assessing his defense there after a tough go of it. And pitch is going to miss high on Duchesne. 1-0. Swing and a miss for Duchesne. Count evens up at 1-1. Tigers with runners on first and second. 1 out in the inning. And that one's going to be, well, kind of started to hop away from Solorzano. It hopped straight up, and it was just out of his vision, but it was still right in front of him. And George probably got about a third of the way to third, and I think Coach Winrow had him go back. I believe he probably would have been out of third if he had tried to get there, but and a swing and a miss here for Duchesne. 2-2. Avallucia ready to go. And a swing and a miss, and he gets the strikeout. Second of the inning. And bring up Kyle Stevie, who's walked, tripled. He's scored twice. Kyle going to try to come through, and it's a lot of two-out hits for both sides. And Coach Padilla repositioning his defense here, trying to get the first baseman a little bit further back, not holding the bag at first. Stevie, not sure if he got a piece of it or not, but he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. And Solorzano going to go out and talk to his pitcher after that last one. And the conversation still continuing. I don't know maybe if there was a miscommunication on what pitch was supposed to be there. Sometimes that ends up being the what happens. Two outs and one strike. Runners on first and second. Couple of checks, and Stevie, a bit of a late decision to offer at it, and it's 0-2. Lucia comes set. Here's the pitch. Down and in. And that's going to kick away from Solorzano to allow George to advance to third on the play. And so a wild pitch. 1-2. Now, unfortunately for the Tigers, a sac fly wouldn't work in this spot, but certainly if there's something on the infield and it's a tough play, may give Alamogordo a chance to score. Who knows? And a swing and a miss, and there's no worries there for the Bulldogs. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Lucia. Did give up the single, and then a Bulldog error made things probably more interesting than they were going to be that inning, but Bulldogs have cut it down to a 5-4 game, and then get the shutdown inning after they score 2 in the top half. Can the Tigers continue to slow down the Bulldog bats? We'll find out. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
OFCU has a...
So, how are the kids?
Well, Emily made the honor roll.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, we're really proud of her. Tyler, on the other hand, though.
What's going on?
He's been moody lately, just feeling down and not like himself.
Oh, we've been there. Nick was struggling last spring. He was so anxious and stressed.
Really? What helped?
Well, he joined the soccer team. And ever since, he's been a lot happier. He has more energy, he's less stressed, and he's definitely in a better mood at home. It's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting out of the house, he's getting some exercise, and he's off his phone for once. It's been good for his mental health.
Sounds like it's been good for your mental health, too.
Participating in New Mexico high school sports improves students' physical and mental health. Encourage your son or daughter to get involved. This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
OFCU has a Visa Platinum credit card. It offers a low introductory rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. No annual fees, no balance transfer fees, low monthly payment, and more. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Top of the 6th inning. Tigers in front 5-4, and Mason Miley gets the first pitch over to Julian Sullivan for a strike. Here comes the 0-1. And this one hit in the air to right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the Bulldogs have been converting a little bit more here against Bodley over the last inning or so. And we'll see I guess, was that not Sullivan? That might have, actually, that was 12, wasn't it? Was that Lucia? That was Lucia, so. I knew that he had changed out. So Lucia picks up a hit in his first at-bat, and then Asher Everhart, who's doubled and singled, had a good day at the plate as the big third baseman steps into the box, hitting from the left-hand side against the righty Bodley. Trying to hit that outside corner, but just misses 1-0. And pitch will miss. Look like a little high, maybe outside again as well. 2-0. And it misses outside again, so Bodley in a little bit of trouble here as the top of the sixth begins, and we know how potent this Las Cruces lineup can be. A lot of guys that are hitting up over 400, and basically anybody in the lineup could provide some trouble. This will be popped up. Looks like it'll get out of play, 3-1. You know, not a lot of times in high school you see 3-0 and the hitter have the green light in that spot, but I think with Coach Padilla, it has faith in his guys to offer at some of those, and I think that would have been a strike anyway, so not a bad one to get a look at. Here comes the 3-1, and just getting a piece of it, and the count goes full now. 3-2. Nice work by Bodley to get himself back into this at-bat after giving up the single on the one strike to the leadoff hitter. Fell behind 3-0. Now 3-2. The pitch. Couldn't quite get it. I thought that was ball 4. Huh, okay. I thought I had 3-2 already. Here's the pitch. Sky-high pop-up. It's on the infield. Berunda Ramirez. Actually, it's into the outfield now, and he will make the grab for out number 1. I thought that was 3-2 already. I thought he had missed. Now, I guess it was 2-0 on that one swing. Boy, I would honestly bet money that was 3-2, but there wasn't anybody else that was seeming to question that, so obviously just in my mind. Bodley now with 1 out, and will make a pick-off throw to first. And that actually knocked the bag loose over at first. Yep, maybe got to clear out some dirt out of the hole there. The Las Cruces first base coach is attending to that at the moment. And they need some kind of tool or something from the Alamogordo dugout, and bringing in something to try and clear things out of there. And Gabriel Collazo now going to it there to try and get that fixed. Now we'll bring in, I think, Coach Winrow to see if it's good, and looks like we're all good. He'll get the tool there from Collazo. It's a nice little team effort over there from the Cruces first base coach and Gabriel Collazo, and we're ready to go with Maya Valles coming to the plate. He has grounded out and lined out both times he's been up. Runner on first and 1 down. There's the pitch from Bodley. That's right in there for a strike. 0-1. Do have a score for you guys from Mescalero Apache and Capitan baseball, 20-1. Capitan gets the win in that matchup, and I believe the Chiefs have Tularosa coming up on Saturday up next. Runner goes, ground ball, and it's a high chopper that's going to get into the outfield, and a hit and run could move the runner to third. Here comes the throw, and it's going to actually deflect off of the runner's leg as he was sliding into third, and that also allows the runner to advance to second. So it'll be second and third, and may be the end for Bodley. It's such a high hop that DeRezzo didn't really have a play over it at third. So it's second and third with 1 out. And Coach Winrow talking things over, not quite sure if they're going to move on from Bodley, or I think, if anything, just trying to calm down his guys in a 5-4 ball game. And Angel Aragon, who has grounded out twice, but if he hits a ground out here, we'll see what the Tigers do defensively. It looks like they're going to keep the infield in. It worked well for him earlier in the game. Got a ground out to Bruno Ramirez. It held the runner at third. I think the Bulldogs did end up, and I take that back, it's not going to be Aragon. We're going to see a new hitter here for the Bulldogs. It'll be number 9. So coming in to hit will be Joaquin Pfeiffer. So pinch hitter for the Bulldogs with runners on second and third and an opportunity to give his team the lead. As he'll see Bodley first time, and Bodley comes in with a little bit more velocity on that opening pitch. It's 0-1. Coming set. And this one hit in the air, and it might stay in play, but I don't think anybody's going to get over there to get it in foul territory. It does fall. But 0-2 now to Pfeiffer. And Bodley could really use a strikeout here. Not really a strikeout guy, but he certainly can come up with one here. It would be huge. The Tigers still have to face a very dangerous hitter, and Oscar Martinez has already got a couple of hits and an RBI and a run scored. See what he's able to come up with it on 0-2. And it's hit high in the air, and it is going to be caught. It is going to allow the run to come in and score. That's a really nice play from the left fielder, Viescas, as that carried quite a long way, and it was almost an over-the-shoulder catch. And the Bulldogs have tied it up at 5 on the sacrifice fly. Kind of surprised the Tigers didn't try to check over to third. Seems like a lot of teams try to do that, but I don't think that there was any question of when he left there. He really didn't have to rush that at all. Ground ball to the left side. Durezzo, he's got it cleanly. On the run, the toss to first, and the inning is over. And overall, with one out and runners on second and third, that's not awful there for the Tigers. It keeps it a tie ball game through 5.5. Now they're going to have the bats find a way to get this back if you're the Tigers. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up in a 5-5 ball game. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
I just need a fresh start with my finances.
Hey, this is Rita at Local Credit Union. Keeping your head above water can be hard. Where do you start? Here at Loco, we're helping our members combine their debt, reduce their payments into one monthly payment. In some cases, it'll get you some extra money for those unexpected expenses. Here at Local Credit Union, we make it easy. Simply go online to localcreditunion.com and apply, or stop by 808 Washington Avenue. Local Credit Union, let's see what we can do for you. Federally insured, NCUA.
I was driving home from work.
I was heading out to meet my friends.
I was thinking about what I would make for dinner.
I was just changing the station on my radio.
I was checking my cell phone.
I was only trying to change lanes.
I never saw him.
I never saw him.
I never saw that motorcycle.
Until it was too late.
Unfortunately, sometimes drivers don't notice motorcycles on the road until it's too late. Be aware. Always look for motorcycles, because it's their road too.
Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, all tied up at 5. It's been a fun game here this evening, our game one of our doubleheader. And we're, again, working on the the hole for the first base. And Coach Phillips looked like he was over there working on that. And looks like all good and ready to get this inning started with Dominic Barunda Ramirez coming to the plate for the Tigers. And Avalucia will continue on the mound for the Bulldogs. Now it's a really good pitch there, isn't that? Slid into the strike zone nicely. 0-1. So Barunda Ramirez, Martinez, and Durezzo. 2 for 2, a single, a double. And a swing and a miss here, 0-2. Single double walk. This will be the first time that he's faced Avalucia, though. So righty versus righty. Had a good day against the starting pitcher, Sullivan. Finds himself behind the count 0-2. That's in the dirt. Count goes 1-2. Now, the momentum certainly seems to be trending towards Las Cruces. They've scored the last 3 runs, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Tigers try to get it back here. Outside it misses. Count evens up at 2-2. Dom steps back in and ready to go. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, and Barunda Ramirez, he walked away feeling like, yep, I should have swung at that. That was a really good pitch. That was probably out over the batter's box where Barunda Ramirez was and slid right across into the plate and into the zone. And good for a high school kid for recognizing something like that. That was a strike. There's sometimes that's hard to do. That's hard to do for any baseball player, I think. Swing and a miss for Martinez. It's 0-1. Avalucia has been very good since he's come in. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He did give up the hit to Martinez at that point, but the Tigers up 5-2. But since then, been hard to solve for these Tiger hitters. Did give up a single to Brett George, but then it was 3 strikeouts in the inning, and probably could have had a double play ball that just didn't get converted. That's in the dirt again, and it's 2-2 now to Martinez, as the Tigers showing some good plate discipline here and not giving Avalucia an easy strikeout. But came up with a great pitch against Barunda Ramirez. We'll see what he comes up with here on a 2-2. And again, called strike 3. Martinez did not agree with that one. With 2 outs. And Jeremiah Durezzo will come to the plate. For his first hit, he was on with a hit by pitch in the 4th inning. He popped out and grounded out his other 2 tries. And Durezzo might have got a piece of it, but into the catcher's mitt, 0-1. Check swing. He did not go around. 1-1. Here comes the pitch. And hard hit to third. Took a kind of a high hop off of the grass, but it's going to lead to a missed throw. And Durezzo started to make a turn towards second and had to rush back to the bag at first to be safe. And it'll bring up Gabriel Collazo with 2 outs. And once again, can the Tigers put something together with 2 outs? They get a little bit of an aid on a missed throw by the third baseman for the Bulldogs, Baez. Durezzo getting a pretty healthy lead. Wouldn't be surprised to see Avalucia check over to first. He'll come to the plate. And Collazo will watch that one miss outside, 1-0. Collazo 0 for 2 on the day. Drew a walk in the first inning. Deep pop out to center in the third, and he struck out in the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. And he hits this in the air to center field, and pretty much the same spot there. Should be an easy play out there for, I think that's Aragon that went back out there. And the inning is over. So the Tigers find themselves tied up at 5 through 6 complete. We'll go to the top of the 7th, and the top of the order due up for Las Cruces. 1, 2, 3. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Elijah Pena will relieve Mason Bodley, who went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, and overall gave the Tigers a great opportunity to win this ball game. But we'll see if Elijah can keep the Bulldogs from keep on building this momentum as the pitch will miss a little bit high to Solorzano. 4th at-bat of the day for him. First time here against Pena. Walk, ground out, pop outs. So Lozano showing bunt, bringing it back. And that one going to miss, I guess, a little bit low, 2-0. Maybe outside as well. Now, certainly against a dangerous hitter like this, not the kind of start that you want to drop behind the count 2-0. And that's up and away again, and it's 3-0. And it really doesn't get any easier as you head through the heart of the order here for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be a walk. And so it'll be Lucas Hernandez coming to the plate. And you got to imagine that Solorzano is going to be thinking about moving towards second in a tie ball game. With his speed, certainly could move his way up. He fakes going. Here's the bunt. It's popped out. DeLanda tried to toss it to first and unable to catch it. And it might have actually hit Solorzano. That caught him in the head or not. But he definitely, I think that baseball ended up hitting him. Maybe it was in the chest or the arm. Okay, it looks like it just hit him in the body. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's not good that it hit him, but certainly better than it maybe hitting him above the shoulders there. As he's actually pointing to his helmet there again, but nice play by DeLanda, and really had a good opportunity to pick up the double play there. Was just a little bit late getting it there. And obviously the throw was a tad off the mark as well. That was, for Tigers, it was actually a little bit of a break to the fact that it did hit Solorzano and not skip out into right field. Would have moved him up. But a pop out to the pitcher. And Zakai Hawkins will come to the plate. A couple of singles in this game. He's got an RBI. And it looks like Solorzano is okay. And we're ready to go. going to call a balk on Pena. And I think that's what Coach Padilla was looking for earlier in the game against Bodley. That's one of those things, once the umpires are keeping a little bit of a closer eye on that. And this one is hit out to left field. Will it be fair? No, it'll be caught. What a play by Viescas. And they throw to second, and boy, very nearly got the double play there. That was some good speed there from Viescas to get over there and grab that. That was all the way at the foul line on the third base side. I thought if it was fair, he was going to have to probably take that on one hop, and he was able to grab that in the air and very nearly was able to throw it to second and double up Solozano. But he gets back in time, and there's still a runner on second with 2 down, and Padilla comes to the plate. Pena will step away and reset everything. That's a little low. 1-0. Padilla looking for his first hit of the day. Did knock in a run on a sacrifice fly in the first. Ground out, pop out in his other 2 tries. And a good breaking ball there from Pena as that drops in for a strike, 1-1. Two outs. A 1-1 count and a runner on second. A little spin move back towards second, and Pena did not throw back. Solorzano will retake his lead. That's in the dirt. DeLanda gets to it. Solorzano didn't seem to be interested in trying to advance to third on the play, and with 2 outs, that's a smart play because if you get a base hit here, you got that speed that you can probably score from second, so no need to try and move up unless it had really kicked far away from the catcher. 2-1. And that one called for a ball, 3-1. I'm going to assume low. Ground ball to the right side. Should be playable for Martinez. Took a high hop, though, and into the outfield. Solorzano's going to try to score, and he will. And just a bad break there for the Tigers as that one took a high hop over Martinez and into the outfield, and it's an RBI single. Well, he was in position. He was ready to make the play and just came up. And at 6-5 lost Cruces, and that's a gut punch for the Tigers because certainly felt like you were probably going to be out of the inning there, and instead it's the Bulldogs in front. And unfortunately for a team that has struggled this year, those are the kind of things that you just hate to see in those spots. And pitch will miss outside, 1-0. Elijah hasn't gotten much of benefit of the doubt in the strike zone in this inning. Pitches that are right on the edge could go either way. And they'll miss high, 2-0. Has not gotten the calls. And this is hit in the air. We'll get into foul territory now to play, 2-1. Tigers do have some action out in their bullpen. But obviously, going to the bottom half, they'll need to get at least one run. We'll see what happens through the rest of this inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up in the inning for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Count evens up at 2-2. Able to see at the plate for the Bulldogs. He singled and eventually came around and scored in the 6th inning. Rather, his courtesy runner did. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball to the left side that'll go foul. And we'll keep it 2-2. find out if the Tigers got one more rally left in them. Bulldogs have been able to shut them down over the last 3 innings or so. Tigers scored 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, but nothing in the last 3. And I feel like they actually added last 2 innings they haven't scored. Somebody for some reason put up zeros in the 7th when we didn't. Here is a ground ball. The runner was going on the play, but with it being 3-2, fouled off, and we'll do it again. So a head start for Padilla. He was just able to knock in that run. Yeah, ground ball. This one, again, will get out of play. It's been sort of little leaking ground balls up the third base side the last couple of times, but he's kept the at-bat alive, has Lucia. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Coming set. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it'll be a walk. So runners on first and second, and the Bulldogs still looking for some insurance. And Asher Everhart, who's had a pretty good bat today, double single. And I think we'll see another courtesy runner for Las Cruces. And it'll be a different one. Sometimes it'll be Bubba Runga that will come in and run. And so Everhart coming to the plate, try to give his team a little bit more of a cushion going to the bottom of the 7th. And he hits this hard to center field, and that is out beyond Duchesne. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and it's going to end up being a triple. As Everhart's single, double, triple in this game. And the Bulldogs have now taken it out to an 8-5 lead. Well, the Tigers stuck with the Bulldogs all day and fortunately just couldn't quite keep it going. And we'll see Coach Winrow go out and talk to his pitcher, and he's going to come out, and we'll see who's going to throw here for the Tigers. Looks like Kyle Stevie is going to come in and throw for Alamogordo. And curious who the Tigers are going to go with in the second game. I would have guessed it might have been Stevie, but maybe Brett George. They also got Nick Martinez to choose from. They don't have Cuellar to choose from with him pitching. I think he went 6 innings the other day. And so Stevie will warm things up here for the Tigers. 8-5 Las Cruces with 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. We were 5-5 going into the final frame, and the Tigers were real close to going to the bottom of the 7th with a tie ball game, and a high hop to second put the ball in the outfield and scored the run that gave them the lead, and then a big triple there from Everhart gave the Tigers the deficit now. So we'll come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
They go by many names. Side-by-sides, off-highway vehicles, utility task vehicles, and buggies are just a few that come to mind. But whatever you call them, make sure you're riding legally. The Lincoln National Forest has no trails that allow UTVs above 50 inches wide. What we do have is plenty of dirt roads that wind near beautiful streams, through mountains, that allow all types of UTVs on them. In other words, some of our trails accommodate four-wheelers and dirt bikes, but not side-by-sides. However, our Forest Service roads are fair game. The trails in the Lincoln National Forest were built long before modern UTVs became popular, or were even invented in some cases. The trails just weren't built to withstand use by large, heavy vehicles. Don't ruin the ride by getting a ticket. Stay on the road and off trails. Don't drive through streams or rivers, and be safe. Help keep our trails open and damage-free. If you're not sure which roads you can drive on, download our motor vehicle use map on our website. Please ride responsibly. From all of us at the Lincoln National Forest, thank you for recreating responsibly.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes!
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in New Mexico. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The lefty Kyle Stevie coming in to relieve Elijah Pena. And it'll be a runner on third with 2 down. Trying to keep this an 8-5 ball game, and Stevie will get it over for a strike. 0-1. 3 runs here in the inning for Las Cruces. We'll see if the Tigers can find a way to rally in the home half. Would have been a little more doable with just a 1-run game, and fouled off and back of the screen, and Stevie's ahead in the count 0-2. Obviously, you feel for the Tigers. They were close to being out of the inning, but I don't know if it was necessarily a bad hop or just a misplay, but kind of hard to tell with the way the meshing lays here. Seeing over to second base is at times troubling. Swing and a miss, and Stevie comes in and gets the strikeout on 3 pitches. So we will go to the bottom of the 7th inning with Alamogordo trailing 8-5. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and flags. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred. This is Angela from the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers!
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
As farmers and ranchers, we're here for each other when times get tough. We talk about the weather, the markets, and the increasing costs of getting by that make our way of life challenging.
But let's also be there for each other during the struggles we don't always talk about. It's okay to open up about farm stress. You're not alone. A healthy farm or ranch is nothing without a healthy you.
Find resources to start the conversation on mental health at Here to Help NM.
Sponsored by the National Institute of Food and Agriculture through the New Mexico Farm and Ranch Stress Assistance Network.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. First pitch from Sean Abellucia will miss to Brett George, and it's 1-0. Brett is 1 for 3, I should say. Reached on an error, a single, and a strikeout in his 3 tries. Lefty versus righty here. And outside it misses, 2-0. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. George, DeLanda, and then Viescas. Two-0. That'll miss, 3-0. And Solorzano is going to switch out baseballs and toss it on to his pitcher. Tigers need base runners, so got to think Brett's going to be taking the whole way here. And outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. And that's going to bring out Coach Gil Padilla right away. And maybe a pitching change. We're going to see, looks like Sullivan, who was pitching earlier, is going out to left field. And so they'll move the left fielder, Martinez, to right. And then it'll be the right fielder, I believe, coming in, Lucas Hernandez, to pitch. Try and close this one out. A lot of, now is it Hernandez or is it Zakai Hawkins? I think it might be Hawkins, actually. Yeah, it's going to be Hawkins that'll come in and pitch. So lots of different changes there for Las Cruces, as I think they're moving Hernandez to, I'm assuming, the infield. But definitely a lot of changes. And trying to see where Hernandez ended up at. But anyway, let's check in. See, Zakai Hawkins has appeared in 4 games, 2.21 ERA. Has not started any games, so all of his pitching has been in relief this season. We'll see what... now, I'll take that back. They don't really list their games started on here, so that's not... I'll hold off on that. They've got a number of different guys they can choose from there, because I thought it was going to be Hernandez, but and he has come in and saved some games for them this year. I believe this would be a save opportunity. Runner on first with nobody out. And so they'll move Hernandez to short as Hawkins moves from short to the mound. They put Sullivan out in left field, and they moved the left fielder Martinez to right. So some defensive changes, new pitcher, and we'll see what Castellanda can do if he can get something going here in the home half of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. And he pops this one sky high. Headed out towards center. And that'll be a very quick first out. Delanda has had some issues with pop-outs in this game. Popped out on a pitch back in the first, and he had thought he'd popped out of play in the 5th inning, and he was kind of frustrated with that. And bring up Bryce Viescas. As Hawkins looks over to first. And a ground ball right back up the middle. Hawkins has some trouble with it. He'll just go ahead and take the throw to first on the underhand throw and get the out. And that's a smart move with a 3-run lead. Just take the for sure out. And it'll bring up Cameron Duchesne, who is looking for his first hit of the day. Has been a strikeout victim all 3 times. Runner on second with 2 outs, and the Tigers need 3 runs. And that pitch will just miss outside, it looks like, to Duchesne, 1-0. Well, we'll play the second half of the doubleheader, probably about 20 minutes from now, unless the Tigers are able to really string together something here with 2 outs. Swing and a miss from Duchesne, 1-1. The pitch. That's going to one-hop back to the backstop. George will be able to advance to third on the play. 2-1. He's tightening the screws just a little bit, but like I said, the Tigers really need base runners here. So if you're Duchesne, got to be patient. On deck circle, it is Kyle Stevie, who does have a hit and a walk today. And this one hit over into right field for a base hit, and the run will score. So Duchesne comes up with an RBI single and makes it 8-6. And that brings up Kyle Stevie. So maybe I shouldn't have started talking about the Tigers' second game of this doubleheader already. Maybe we'll see if we get some extras out of this. Stevie will come up with a runner on first. Duchesne's got good speed. you're Alamo, getting back to the top of the order would be. And it's been a game of 2 out hits on both sides. Right in there for a strike for Hawkins, 0-1. The righty Hawkins, swing and a miss, and Tigers down to their last strike. Stevie taps both sides of the plate. Come and set is Hawkins, and here's the pitch. And looking for the strikeout on the outside corner. Solorzano thought that they had it. But home plate umpire says just off the plate, 1-2. Goes with the breaking ball, and again, that will just miss, 2-2. Hawkins thought again that he got the plate. Down and in, and it's 3-2. So Stevie's worked it back to a full count with 2 outs. That allowed Duchesne to get a bit of a head start here. Here's the pitch out of the stretch from Hawkins. Stevie will hit this in the air to left field. Should be playable for Sullivan. He's got it. And the Bulldogs able to come from behind to defeat the Tigers 8-6. So the Tigers will take on the Bulldogs here in about 20 minutes. We'll wrap this one up when we come back from the break. Again, your final score in Game 1, it's the Bulldogs 8, the Tigers 6. We'll be back right after this.
OFCU has a Visa Platinum credit card. It offers a low introductory rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. No annual fees, no balance transfer fees, low monthly payment, and more. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most. All from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
A natural disaster like a wildfire can happen anytime. Is your family ready? Be prepared by following the Ready, Set, Go steps of preparedness and evacuations. Get ready. Create a family disaster plan that includes meetup locations and where you will stay if you're evacuated. Create an emergency go kit. Be set. Know there is significant danger in your area and be set to go. Pack your belongings to evacuate and consider voluntarily relocating outside of the affected area. This might be the only notice you receive. Emergency services cannot guarantee they will be able to notify everyone if the condition rapidly deteriorates. Go, evacuate immediately. Danger in your area is imminent and life-threatening. Follow instructions from emergency personnel. Stay on designated evacuation routes. If you choose to stay, understand that emergency services may not be able to assist you further. To learn more, search Ready, Set, Go, New Mexico in your browser.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Las Cruces defeats Alamogordo 8-6 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Tigers 2 for 3 night for Dominic Barunda, an RBI, a run, a couple of stolen bases, and a walk. Nick Martinez went 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs, a stolen base, a run, a walk. Jeremiah Tereza was 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch, a walk for Gabriel Collazo, 0 for 3. 1 for 3 for Brett George with a run scored. He also drew a walk. 0 for 3 with a walk for Cash DeLanda, and then Isaac Barnes scored as a courtesy runner on that. 0 for 4 for Bryce Viescas. Cameron Duchesne 1 for 4 with an RBI. And Kyle Stevie 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored for him. And pitching-wise, Mason Bodley went 6 innings, did give up 5 runs. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, had a strikeout, but kept the Tigers in it the whole way and pitched really well. And then in that 7th inning, you had Elijah Pena in. He gave up a leadoff walk, but got a pop out on a bunt. Really nice play from Bryce Viescas in left field to catch a line out. And then a ground ball that was hit towards second, and like I said, I couldn't really tell if it went off the glove or if it just took a high hop and went over Martinez, but regardless, it went into the outfield, tied up the game. A walk after that, and then Asher Everhart ripped a triple out to left center field and broke the game wide open. And I mean, 2 different things in that inning. If the Tigers are able to avoid those extra 2 runs coming across, we're still playing. And, of course, if the play doesn't happen there at second base, maybe the Tigers have won this game. Who knows? You know, with it being an 8-5 ball game, Cruces is obviously dealing with, you know, they're attacking it a little bit differently. So to say that it would have made the difference at the end of the day, you know, who knows? You're talking about a lot of unknowns with all of that. But, hey, you know, the Tigers, as they've shown all season long, they can play with some really good teams. You know, just unfortunately they haven't been able to secure those wins in those close games. But they've got another opportunity to do it coming up here in about 15, 20 minutes from now. We're going to say goodbye for the moment. If you're listening to us on the YouTube channel, there'll be a Game 2 link, or just go to the Alamo Sports YouTube channel. When the second one is live, you can jump on that. And then we'll be, of course, on the air here on 101.9 FM, 12:30 a.m., AlamoSportsAndTalk.com, your Alexa device. Enable Alamo Sports Talk, or you can also listen to us on the Exciter Media app. So many ways to tune in, and we'll be back here in a little while. We're going to send you back to ESPN Radio for just a little while, and we'll be back here on Alamo Sports and Talk, so stay tuned.